Today in the battle arena, well, we've got Loki Laufeyson, who's currently gearing up for Loki Season 2, versus,
It's been Agatha all along.
yeah, Agatha Harkness. So who's coming out on top here? Who wins? Let's find out. What's up, guys? I'm Daniel, and this is DanCo. Thanks so much for watching the channel, and make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, the subscribe button, turn notifications, more videos like this one every single day. Also, sign off in the comments for any future videos that you'd love to see. Now, let's get into the fight. Now, it's currently all about Loki. He's kind of the main guy right now. But I actually want to start out with Agatha. Take you on a little trip back in time to just a few months ago, when it wasn't all about Loki, it was all about Agatha. She's an incredibly powerful sorceress and has practiced mastering and manipulating this magic for just years and years. Like her coven of witches were way back in Salem in the 1600s. She's been doing this for centuries. That's how much experience she's got. And then one day, well, she noticed something weird going on in Westview. Noticed that a scarlet witch was there, and her powers were emerging. And so Agatha got to work. Like pretty much every other sorcerer in the MCU, Agatha gets her magical powers from tapping into energy from other dimensions. Then she can launch out some pretty powerful energy blasts and stuff like that. But that's pretty normal. Almost every sorcerer can do stuff like that. And sometimes do it better, like with Scarlet Witch. But one thing that's uniquely unique to Agatha, did I really just say uniquely unique? One thing that's unique to Agatha is she can actually drain and siphon energy off from other sorcerers. In fact, this is probably why she's had such an unnaturally long life, because she's living off the energy from other people, kind of like a giant parasite. Agatha is also a really good telepath, seeing as how she's able to, one, actually overpower Wanda's own telepathy and free some of the people in Westview from her control, and two, actually manipulate Wanda a ton while inside the hex with her. She can teleport all over the place with just a snap of her fingers, and she's got jokes while doing it. She can actually straight up transform one thing into another, like a bug into a bird. Then, of course, she's got telekinesis and can fling things all around. That's like a magic staple. That's Magic 101. So that's Agatha Harkness. She's a powerful sorceress and can ride a bop. Now, let's talk about Loki. He's working with a different kind of magic than Agatha, Asgardian magic. But he can still do a lot of the same stuff. He can launch out energy blast and send dudes flying. He can conjure up stuff out of nowhere. Does this with his daggers a whole lot. And then he's surprisingly good with telekinesis. Like at first I thought this was time control stuff, like Doctor Strange stuff. I'm pretty sure it's just telekinesis though. But either way, real impressive. He can shapeshift at will, turn into whoever he wants. He can launch out some pretty convincing, really convincing illusions, and is real sneaky about it. Constantly doing this to either sneak up on people and stab them in the back.
I've never stabbed anyone in the back. That's such a boring form of betrayal. Loki, I've studied almost every moment of your entire life. You've literally stabbed people in the back like 50 times. I'd never do it again.
Or just lure them into a trap.
Are you ever not going to fall for that?
We've never seen him do it, but it looks like Loki can turn people into animals, and loves doing it to mess with Thor.
This one time when we were children, he transformed himself into a snake, and he knows that I love snakes. So I went to pick up the snake to admire it, and he transformed back into himself, and he was like, "Yeah, it's me!" And he stabbed me. We were 8 at the time.
Sorry about that time. I turned you into a frog.
It was a wonderful joke.
It was indeed hilarious.
So, that's what we've got here. Two freaking icons, two of the best magic users in the MCU. Who's coming out on top? Who wins? Well, Agatha going up against Scarlet Witch. Agatha touring with Wanda for the entire season of TV is super impressive. I mean, this is the Scarlet Witch we're talking about here. It's looking like she's being set up as the gold standard for magic in the MCU. The best there is. And Agatha squared off against her and fought against her. But I think there are really two main reasons why she was able to do this. First off, Wanda mostly just fought by throwing energy balls around. And this directly fed into Agatha, because it literally fed Agatha. She was able to absorb all that energy. Secondly, Agatha was playing the long game here, the long con, from subtly manipulating Wanda to placing the runes all over the place. And that's not going to play out the same way with Loki. First off, Loki's more of a guy who thrives in the moment. Yeah, sometimes he's got plans, but sometimes he doesn't. Instead, he's just doing some improv and lying and manipulating in the moment. Either way, Agatha isn't going to be able to prep for him like she did with Wanda. Secondly, Loki doesn't really throw around energy blast as often as Wanda does. Instead, casting illusions, tricking people, and then sneaking up and taking them out. And it's completely possible for that to happen to Agatha. Plus, this doesn't really get talked about a whole lot with Loki, but you gotta remember, the guy is superhuman. Like, he's a frost giant. The guy's out there outclassing Captain America, fighting against Valkyrie and Thor. He might just be too tough for Agatha to take out. And Loki might not even have to use magic to take her out. He might just punch her in the face. Something tells me Loki wouldn't really have a problem with doing that. So, who's coming out on top again? Well, I think it's gotta be Loki. I think the main reason why Agatha was able to square off against Scarlet Witch was because she prepared beforehand. I actually don't think Agatha is as good with magic as Wanda. I actually don't think Agatha is as good with magic as Loki. He's shown more versatility, he's shown more raw power, he's shown greater skill and technique and ingenuity and creativity, and again, also just superhuman. All that combined, I think he's coming out on top here. Yeah, Loki's coming out on top. Loki wins. But what do y'all think? Who do you think wins this fight, Loki or Agatha Harkness? Sign out down below. Also, be sure, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, turn notifications, join the FanCo army, and I will see y'all next time.